Hello, hi, welcome once again to M5's new English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV screen to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well let's learn English together. Good day to you, gods of English. How are you? Good, I hope. No, great, I hope. Well, welcome one and welcome all. Here we are again. Me on this side of the TV screen, and you gods of English, you immortals who know more than the Jackson 5, Jerome, Mike, Bob, Janet, and the other one. Anyway, forget their names. It's not important. What is important is that you are the gods of English. Together, we're learning English with the assistance of the television. M5 have put me here in the studio, and you're there, sitting down, learning English with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. Excellent. Eagle, egg, Ethiopia, Earl, snail. Okay, back to the ground floor. Right on. All right, who remembers the last lesson? You all do. Blimey. That's good. Okay, so you remember that in our last lesson, we looked back to week 6. We looked at making positive and negative sentences with the present simple tense. And then we revised how to make questions with the present simple tense. Okay, let's recap ever so quickly. So, if we want to make a positive sentence with the present simple tense, what do we have to be careful with? Correct-a-doodle-doo. We have to be careful with the spelling for the third person singular form of the verb. Good. Now, what normally changes with the spelling of the third person singular in the present simple? That's right. Normally, we add an S to the end. Okay. But what about verbs that end in vowel plus Y? Yeah. Yes. Do you remember? Yes, that's right. If the verb ends in vowel plus Y, then we also add an S to the end in the third person singular. And what about verbs that end in consonant plus Y? Aha! If the verb ends in consonant plus Y, then we replace the Y with IES. Okay, so far so groovy, all quiet on the Western Front. Now, what about irregular verbs? Those good old boys, the irregular verbs. Well, if the verb is irregular, if it ends in SS, like the verb to kiss, or X, like the verb to fix, or CH, like the verb to punch, or SH, like the verb to push, or O, like the verb to do, then we add ES to the end in the third person singular. Fab, ice lolly, 99, feast, funny feet, zoom, cornetto. Okay, what about the negative? How do we make the negative? Which verb do we use to make the negative? That's correct. We use the verb do to help make the negative in the present simple tense. We use don't, do not, for most of the forms. I, you, we, you, they. We use doesn't, does not, for the third person singular. He, she, and it. When we make a negative sentence in the present simple, we put the subject, I, you, he, Alfredo, Doreen, then don't or doesn't, don't for I, you, doesn't for he, Alfredo, and Doreen, and then we add the infinitive. We don't change the verb in the third person singular. We use doesn't and then add the infinitive. Read, want, eat, dance. Okay, now, fish and chips. What about making a question in the present simple? Well, once again, we use the verb do to help. We change the positive sentence, I eat potatoes, into a question by putting do at the front and putting a question mark at the end. I eat potatoes is a positive sentence. Do I eat potatoes is a question. Okay, all right, sorted. But what about asking questions with the third person singular? What happens then? Well, it's very simple. We use the correct form of the verb to do for the third person. I do, you do, he, she, it does. So, if we take the sentence, she eats potatoes, how do we make it into a question? Easy. We put does at the front and a question mark at the end. She eats potatoes is a positive sentence. Does she eat potatoes is a question. Simple, easy, not difficult. Certainly not a problem for the gods of English. Okay, good. Now, where are we? Oh yes, here we are. You and me, on different sides of the TV screen. And what's coming next? That's right. That's not wrong. At the end of the last lesson, I said we'd look at the jobs and occupations. Okay, let's see what we know. Well, we learned some jobs in week 6, didn't we? We learned that someone who cuts and sells meat is a butcher. We learned that someone who helps a doctor is a nurse. We learned that someone who defends our country is a soldier. We learned that someone who works with teeth is a dentist. We learned that someone who cleans houses or flats or offices is a cleaner. We learned that someone who drives a bus is a bus driver. We learned that someone who works in a shop is a shop assistant. We learned that someone we pay in a shop is a cashier. We learned that someone who brings us food and drink in a restaurant is a waiter. We know lots of different jobs and occupations. Let's see those in a list, shall we? Let's have a look at some of the words we use with those jobs. A butcher cuts meat. A nurse helps a doctor. A soldier defends the country. A dentist looks after your teeth. A cleaner cleans a building. A bus driver drives a bus. A shop assistant sells things. A waiter brings drinks and food to the table. Now, let's see some of those new words in a table. Magic sticks. Great. Now, what else did we learn in the last few weeks? What did we learn in week 7? Do you remember? Well, in week 7, we discovered a strange phenomenon: uniform and university. Do you remember? We were talking about nouns, vowels and consonants. Are there any bells ringing? It was in week 7, lesson 31. Think back, think back, think back to week 7. Now today, we're going to look at countable and uncountable nouns. Now, do you remember and un? Good. What do and un mean? That's right, they mean one. We say, I've got a car, not I've got one car. We say, she's a woman, not she's one woman. We say, he wants an apple, not he wants one apple. Good. Now, when do we use and when do we use un? Correctamundo. We use un before a vowel and before a consonant. and. Which letters are the vowels? That's right. A, E, I, O, and U. And which letters are the consonants? That's right again. The consonants are B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Fantastic. Now, which do we use with these words? Or un? Apple, an apple. Banana, a banana. Cabbage, a cabbage. Octopus, an octopus. GNU, a GNU. Minute, a minute. Hour, an hour. University, a university. Hang on a moment. What happened there? An hour and a university? What? Now, hour and university are different. Listen to the way we say them. Hour, university. Hour, university. When we say hour, we don't pronounce the H at the start of the word. So the word sounds like hour. So it sounds like the first letter is a vowel, so we use un, not with hour. With university, when we say the word, we pronounce it with a y as the first letter. We say university, not university. So it sounds like the first letter is a consonant. So we use not un with university. And we're back in the land of the living. Good gravy. Good groovy gravy with potatoes and Yorkshire pudding. So, we learned that with vowels and consonants, it's not enough to recognize which letters are vowels and which letters are consonants. Sometimes the pronunciation of the word, how we say the word, how we pronounce the word is very important. Now, in English, nouns are either countable or uncountable. If we can use numbers with a noun, then the noun is countable. Do you remember lesson 31? Think hard, think back. Lesson 31, lesson 31, lesson 31. If we can use numbers with a noun, then it is countable. A car means one car, so we can count it. 3 children, 24 elephants. Countable nouns can be singular or plural. Look at the examples above. A car is singular, 3 children is plural, and 24 elephants is also plural. When we use singular nouns, we always need a or an. We say, my dad has a car, never my dad has car. We say, I have a job, never I have job. We say, he is a dentist, never he is dentist. Okay, so what about the uncountable nouns? Well, these are nouns where we can't use numbers. Things like water, money, and music. We can't say 3, 24 plus these nouns. A water, 3 money, 24 music. With uncountable nouns, there is only one form. There is no singular and plural with spelling changes. There is only one form. Money, the money. My money, your money. Some money, lots of money. So, we can't use a or an with uncountable nouns. We never say a money or a music or a water. And we're back back in the land of the living. Good. Ooh, crikey. Elephant's toenails. Is that the time? Okay, well that's all we have time for today. Time's up for this lesson. Next lesson, we'll have another look at what we learned in weeks 6 to 9. Okay, you have been watching me, Gav Duncan, on M5's language learning program, Let's Speak English. Thanks for watching. I'm Gav Duncan. I'm not a cauliflower or a carrot, and I'm not some music. I'm Gav Duncan, and I'll see you next lesson for some more English fun. See you later. Bye.